I have this theory that all comedians have like a decent amount of childhood trauma, and that's where they get their best stuff from.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if it'd be any more than anybody else's. It's just, I think we just see it more. I don't know. We're just able to like translate it back into funny
Yes.
from whatever it was. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to it. You are coming to Kansas City, and we're really excited about it. So tell us about your tour and how did you come up with the name for the tour?
Well, I came up with day drinking because it is my favorite thing as I get older. Because, like, I live in Nashville now, and if you go downtown on Broadway after like I'd say 8 o'clock, it just turns into a million people under the age of 40. And I'm like, where are the older people? Well, we're down there at 10:30 a.m. When that bar opens, we're in. And then I am somewhere taking a nap by 3. And then you wake up and it's like nothing even happened. Wake up at 5 o'clock, it's dinner time. It's just I think I don't know, it's so crowded at night. I just don't want it that crowded. So day drinking, it's a lot loosey goosey, not as many people, and the drinks are cheaper. I can tell you a million reasons everybody should day drink.
Yeah, I love all your reasoning. So I hear that you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Have you always been a Chiefs fan? And how are you feeling going into next season?
Well, yeah, I'm from St. Louis, so all full disclosure, I was a Rams fan, and then we lost the Rams in the middle of the night. They ran away. And so then I moved my loyalties over to the Chiefs. So yes, Chiefs fan, and a lot of Chiefs are on my fantasy team. So I'd rather not trade anybody. I don't. There's a couple people that are in trouble right now with the law, and I wish that wasn't happening. But because those are I'm like, no, no, not my wide receiver, no. Um, yeah, and I've gone to a bunch of the games. I went to one this year where it was extremely cold, like I like 12 degrees maybe, but it's the first time in my life I had hot chocolate with Fireball. They
Oh,
have a whole stand at the Chiefs game. And I looked at it and I went, "Huh?" But it was so cold. You don't want a beer, you don't want, a cold drink. And I thought maybe that would be good. It was awesome. I would recommend going to Arrowhead just to get hot chocolate with Fireball in it. It's so good.
so I heard you're getting ready to shoot your next special that's coming up in April. What can you tell us about it? What's it like shooting a special? That sounds so like grand, like, oh, I'm shooting a special.
It's not that grand. It's not. It's actually real shows are for me more fun because it's just more casual. Like, and then there's like equipment in a lot of places where there normally wouldn't be. I find it to be distracting, but there's no other way. If you can't come see me on the road, this is the only way you're going to see it. So, and I'm doing it in Milwaukee at this theater that I've done before, and I really like it. And they're very happy to have us, so you feel like welcome instead of being a pain in somebody's life for a weekend. But you got to do them. But it's I don't know. It's a little brighter than I like. It's not. Trust me, it's nothing. Once it's, I just can't wait till they're over, and then I'm excited.
What theater in Milwaukee? I lived in Milwaukee.
Oh, the Paps Theater. They have yes, I love it. I love it. And they have chairs this back from the Gilded Age that are golden that say Paps like the beer. Like they saved a ton of them. And it's the funnest green room. And they got Pac-Man down there. I mean, the green room's so fun. And then I don't even ask for it. They just show up with this giant cheese platter from the Milwaukee Public Market that is the most phenomenal. I never leave that town without a suitcase full of weird cheese ever.
And we, as a Wisconsinite, we are so proud of that. Like, I always joke to people that I have cheese in my veins and that I am proud of it. So I love that you're going there. And I'm biased, but that is the most beautiful theater.
It's gorgeous. And the people, I can't explain to you. Like, I filmed one once in New York, and I just felt like nobody was into it. They just wanted to get through it. The people in Milwaukee are so happy, like, yay, you picked us, and it just works. I mean, I work there anyway, like in real life, where we just have fun and there's no special being taped. But to be able to do it there and show it off, I mean, it's a beautiful theater.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's so exciting. Now, I know that you have been touring for a long time, like nonstop for what is it, like 3 decades? How do you do that? I go on a weekend getaway and I need a whole week to like recharge.
I guess it's just because what I started doing, I just started doing it. And then it would be weird. Like the only time I've been home for more than 2 weeks in a row since I've been 23 was when my sister had twins and I said I'd come home and help. And then like a week and a half into it, she looked at me, she goes, you're going to leave, aren't you? I said, no, I will keep my commitment. I promised you 2 weeks. I'm not leaving because I was getting bored, quite frankly. But I said, no, I'll stay. But that was the longest. I don't know. It's just like flipped lives. Like my siblings don't live like this. Like I'm the only one that's running around like a crazy. Like I joined. It's like I joined the circus. I left and I joined the circus and I never came back. Ringling Brothers doesn't stop. It keeps going and going and going.
Kathleen, that's insane that I'm in shock. And honestly, that's a really impressive thing to be able to do. And I know that that's a big part of being a comedian, but did like when you were younger, like let's go back to little Kathleen, like 10 years old, did you want to be a comedian? Did you think you'd be a comedian?
No, I didn't even know it was a job because, like, if you think back before like Comedy Central and all that, right? It was just the Tonight Show. And then when there were funny people on there, I really believed as a little kid, those were just Johnny Carson's funny friends that came by and sat down and had a story. And then maybe they'd be in Las Vegas. Like I'd hear my parents say somebody was, I didn't understand you could make a living. And then I don't even know that I would have figured it out, except in the late 80s, comedy clubs started popping up, like all over Kansas City, Milwaukee, St. Louis, or Funny Bones and Improvs. And there was a place to go to see if you wanted to do it, like an open mic night. But before that existed, I don't know. I don't even know how you would have done it.
I feel like comedy is always a big part of what, keeps things light and keeps us going, I think, but especially right now when things can be really divisive, I think comedy is a huge part of keeping everyone sane. How do you feel about it right now? Do you take that as like something that's your job when people come to your show or turn on your special? Like, I'm just here to make people laugh.
That's all I'm there to do too. Yeah. I always think I always loved the movie Arthur back in the day with Dudley Moore. It's just an hour and a half of escapism, like to just forget about everything for that hour and a half. It doesn't mean you're going to learn anything. It doesn't mean I'm going to teach you anything new. It's just fun just to be able to. I think we need that at least somehow in TV shows or movies or real life. Music, I feel the same way. Like to go out and see live music just takes you away for a while of whatever it is you're worried about.
Is there a comedian that you look up to, a female comedian specifically? I think of Jean Smart and Hacks, and I love that show. And she's like really brought new attention to, I think, the Joan Rivers of them all and things like that, that maybe didn't get, like, even as they've passed, like they are still so beloved and still so looked upon as like such a beacon of like shining light for women in this industry. What do you think?
Joan, I think that the Hacks character is loosely based on Joan. It seems like it, right?
Yeah.
But even if there's still clips on TikTok and Instagram of Joan, and it's still funny. Whatever she's talking about, it's still funny. I liked that she liked stand up more than anything else, like more than being an actor, more than all the other side projects people have going on. She just liked being in a club and telling jokes. And like forever, she did these Monday nights at this West Bank Cafe in New York for when AIDS was like, we really needed money for that. She did it every Monday night. It's a 150-seat room. Like there was just a diligence and a work ethic that I liked about Joan. As far as the older people go, she was probably the one I'd be like, that's a real stand up versus some of the other, like Roseanne got sidetracked with a TV show for a decade. So it's like, well, she doesn't really do it anymore or whatever. Like Whoopi Goldberg's more of an actor. Joan was the one that I thought that I would just keep going every night. And she wanted to do Vegas and da 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 da. That's who I liked the best.
Thank you so much for the time, Kathleen. Really fun to chat with you. We're excited to have you in Kansas City.
All right, you get home and go to that Milwaukee public market. You don't have a cheese. You don't have a cheese wheel down there that's 250 years old.
Girl, I know.
It's like this big. It's like this big, and they'll turn the wheel and cut some off for you if you want. It's just like they got Bloody Marys down there. Nobody needs to know my speech on Milwaukee, but I love it.
Yes, keep telling everyone. I know it's like a hidden gem.
And it really is, especially for the Midwest. Like all these girls' weekends, my sister's like, where should we go? I'm like, go to Milwaukee. I don't know why everyone keeps bypassing my suggestion.
Because we get overshadowed by Chicago.
Chicago's hard these days. Too much traffic.
Way more expensive.
Yeah. You can go live in Milwaukee for half price, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And then if you want to go to Chicago, it's an hour.
Right. I know people act like it's really like saying, I need you to go drive to Omaha. It's
Yeah.
right there. It's right there. We can almost see it.
We need to call Visit Milwaukee and get you and I on the campaign for what, like,
Yeah.
whatever their marketing is, they need us.
They need a better Chamber of Commerce spokes team. We can do it.
I
You
know.
you do the young people things, I'll do the old people things. We'll cover all of it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Kathleen.
All right. Bye-bye. Be